Most people drift through life, waiting for destiny to find them. But what if destiny isn't found, it's designed? This book reveals how to break free from limiting beliefs, ignite a vision that excites you, and fuel it with courage, discipline, and resilience. With the right strategy, setbacks become comebacks, relationships lift you higher, and momentum carries you forward. The message is simple but powerful. You are the architect of your future, so design it with purpose, passion, and unstoppable clarity. Chapter 1: The Power of Strategic Thinking. Most people live reactively, chasing problems, following routines, and hoping life will somehow fall into place. But strategic thinking flips that script. Instead of being controlled by circumstances, you learn to control your direction. Think of it like a chessboard. Every move you make today has a ripple effect on your future. The author stresses, successful people don't stumble upon destiny, they design it. Strategic thinking is the art of stepping back, observing the big picture, and making intentional moves toward what truly matters. Instead of being busy, you become effective. Instead of fighting fires, you build systems that prevent them. The beauty of strategic thinking is that it puts your future in your hands. You stop asking, "What will happen to me?" and start asking, "What can I create for myself?" This shift alone ignites massive energy, because when you realize your choices shape your tomorrow, you stop drifting and start directing. Keynote learning: life is not an accident, it's a design. Strategic thinking is the engine that lets you move from being a passenger in life to being the driver of your own destiny. Chapter 2: Breaking Free from Limiting Beliefs. If strategic thinking is the engine, limiting beliefs are the brakes, and most of us drive with the brakes on. These beliefs whisper lies like, "I'm not smart enough," "I don't deserve success," or "people like me never achieve big things." The truth: these beliefs are not reality, they're mental prisons built from past failures, societal conditioning, or other people's opinions. And every time you accept them, you shrink your potential. The author emphasizes awareness. Start questioning every negative belief. Is this absolutely true? Or is it just a story I've repeated so long it feels real? The moment you challenge a limiting belief, cracks appear in the wall, and through those cracks, possibilities flood in. Breaking free is about replacing self-doubt with empowering truths. I can learn, I can grow, and I can adapt. Once you rewire your thinking, you stop being your own enemy and start being your own ally. That's when your vision for destiny truly comes alive. Keynote learning: your beliefs build your boundaries. Smash the false ones, and suddenly your destiny expands beyond limits. Chapter 3: Creating a Vision for Your Life. Now that the brakes are off, it's time to set the GPS. Without vision, life is just random motion. With vision, every step has direction. A vision is not just a wish, it is a vivid mental picture of the life you recommitted to building. The author explains that clarity of vision creates magnetic pull. Once you define it, your brain starts filtering opportunities and guiding decisions that align with it. To create a vision, ask yourself, what do I want my life to stand for? What experiences do I want to collect? What kind of person do I want to become? The clearer your answers, the stronger your vision's power. But here's the magic. A true vision excites you. It doesn't feel like a chore, it feels like a calling. That's why people with vision wake up with energy. They're not just surviving, they're chasing something bigger than themselves. Keynote learning: a clear vision is your destiny's compass. Without it, you wander. With it, you soar. Chapter 4: Setting Goals that Inspire Action. A vision without goals is just a dream. Goals are where strategy meets reality. They give structure to your vision and translate it into steps you can actually walk. But here's the catch: boring goals kill motivation. That's why the author insists on inspiring goals. Instead of "I want to lose weight," set "I want to feel unstoppable energy every morning." Instead of "I want more money," set "I want financial freedom to travel and live life on my terms." When goals are emotionally charged, your brain doesn't see them as tasks, it sees them as fuel. That emotional pull is what keeps you moving even when things get tough. The key is to make goals specific, measurable, and time-bound, but also deeply connected to your why. Because discipline will fade, but inspiration keeps burning. Keynote learning. Goals that inspire are goals that last. Don't just set targets, set fires that make you move. Chapter 5: Developing the Courage to Change. Change is scary. It feels like walking into the unknown without a flashlight. That's why most people stay stuck. They'd rather live with familiar pain than risk unfamiliar growth. But destiny doesn't wait for comfort zones. The author explains that courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward despite fear. Courage is taking that first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. You don't need to be fearless, you just need to be brave for a moment. Each time you act in courage, fear loses a little of its grip, and soon what once felt terrifying becomes your new normal. Courage also comes from focusing on possibilities, not problems. Ask, what's the best that could happen? When your mind shifts from danger to opportunity, change becomes exciting instead of paralyzing. Keynote learning. Courage is the gateway to destiny. Fear whispers lies, but courage proves them wrong. Chapter 6: Overcoming Fear and Doubt. Fear and doubt are twin thieves. They steal your energy, your confidence, and your future unless you stop them. The author breaks it down. Fear is a prediction of pain that hasn't happened yet, while doubt is self-sabotage disguised as caution. Both live in the mind, not in reality. To conquer them, expose them. Write down your fears, drag them out into the light, and challenge their truth. Most fears shrink once you face them head-on, and doubts replace them with evidence. List your past victories, no matter how small, they're proof that you've overcome challenges before, and you can again. Another powerful tool is action. Fear hates movement. The moment you take a step, fear loses its grip because your brain shifts from worrying to doing. Keynote learning. Fear and doubt dissolve in the face of action. Move forward, even in small steps, and they cannot hold you. Chapter 7: The Discipline of Daily Choices. Destiny is not built in a day, it's built daily. Every choice you make, from how you spend your morning to how you respond to setbacks, compounds into the life you create. The author emphasizes that discipline is freedom disguised as effort, while most people see discipline as restriction. It's actually the key to long-term freedom. The disciplined person doesn't waste time in regret, they live with momentum. The secret is consistency, not intensity. It's not about one huge action, but about repeated small choices that align with your vision and goals. That's what creates unstoppable progress. Think of it this way: every choice is a vote for your future self. The more votes you cast in the right direction, the stronger your destiny becomes. Keynote learning. Discipline is destiny in motion. Win your days, and you'll win your life. Chapter 8: Resilience. Turning setbacks into comebacks. Life will test you. Failures, losses, and disappointments aren't detours, they're part of the main road. The difference between people who collapse and those who rise lies in resilience. Resilience means refusing to let setbacks define you. It's about asking, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Instead of why me? Every challenge carries a hidden gift: patience, wisdom, new skills, or a fresh perspective. The author insists, setbacks are not signals to stop, they're signals to grow. The faster you bounce back, the closer you move to destiny. Remember, every comeback story you admire started with a fall. Resilience is not toughness, it's flexibility. A tree that bends in the storm doesn't break. That's resilience. You adapt, you bend, but you never quit. Keynote learning. Setbacks don't end your story, they refine it. Resilience turns pain into progress. Chapter 9, Building Relationships That Support Your Destiny. No one creates destiny alone. The people around you either lift you higher or pull you down. That's why choosing your circle is a strategic decision. The author highlights 3 types of people you need: mentors who guide you, peers who challenge you, and supporters who cheer for you. With these relationships, you multiply your strength. Without them, you drain your energy fighting negativity. Toxic relationships are like anchors. You can't fly while carrying dead weight. It's not about cutting people harshly. It's about setting boundaries and aligning with those who share your values and growth mindset. Great relationships don't just support your destiny, they accelerate it. They remind you of who you are when you forget, and they push you when you want to quit. Keynote learning: your network is your net worth, not just financially, but in destiny. Build relationships that elevate your future. Chapter 10, Living with Purpose and Passion. Destiny is not just about achievement. It's about alignment. Purpose gives meaning to your actions, and passion fuels them. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. Purpose answers why you exist. Passion answers what makes you come alive. When the two meet, life becomes electric. Work doesn't feel like work, it feels like expression. Challenges don't drain you, they excite you because they're part of something bigger. The author warns, without purpose, success feels empty. You can climb the ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. That's why aligning your goals with your purpose is non-negotiable. Living with purpose and passion doesn't mean every day is perfect. It means every day is meaningful. That difference alone transforms ordinary living into extraordinary destiny. Keynote learning: purpose is your why, passion is your fuel. Together, they turn destiny into a calling, not just a goal. Chapter 11, Sustaining Momentum. On your journey, starting is easy, but staying consistent is where most people fail. Momentum is the secret ingredient that turns beginnings into breakthroughs. Momentum comes from rhythm, small wins, stacked daily, that create unstoppable flow. The author emphasizes rituals and routines, morning habits that energize, weekly reviews that keep you on track, and celebrations that reinforce progress. Another key is adaptability. Momentum doesn't mean forcing one rigid plan. It means adjusting while moving. Think of a river, it flows around obstacles but never stops moving forward. Finally, the author highlights accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust. When progress is visible to others, quitting becomes harder and consistency becomes easier. Keynote learning: destiny isn't built in spurts, it's built in flow. Sustain momentum and destiny becomes inevitable. Chapter 12, Designing Your Destiny, the Strategic Life Plan. This is where everything comes together: the vision, the goals, the courage, the resilience. Now it's time to design the actual blueprint for your destiny. A strategic life plan is not just a to-do list. It's a living document that answers 3 questions. Where am I now? Where do I want to go? And how will I get there? The author emphasizes clarity. Break your big vision into actionable steps, assign timelines, and build systems that support your growth. But here's the secret: the plan isn't rigid, it's flexible. Life will throw surprises, and your plan must adapt. Think of it like a navigation app. You set your destination, but if the road is blocked, it recalculates without losing sight of the end goal. Most importantly, the plan should be reviewed regularly. Reflection is the fuel of strategy. What worked? What didn't? What can I adjust? Each review makes your destiny sharper and stronger. The author closes with a powerful reminder. Destiny is not an accident waiting to happen. It is a design you create day by day, choice by choice. With your strategic plan in hand, you are no longer wandering, you are architecting. Keynote learning: destiny is not discovered, it's designed. Your strategic life plan is the blueprint that transforms dreams into reality. The core message we got from this book summary is that most people drift through life reacting to circumstances, but destiny isn't discovered, it's designed. This book shows how strategic thinking transforms you from a passenger into the driver of your own future. It begins with the power of stepping back, seeing the big picture, and choosing direction with intention. To move forward, you must break free from limiting beliefs, smash the lies that shrink your potential, and replace them with empowering truths. With the brakes off, you create a vision, a vivid picture of the life you want, and turn it into inspiring goals that pull you forward with energy. But vision alone isn't enough. Change requires courage, and fear must be conquered through action. Daily discipline becomes the engine, with each small choice casting a vote for the person you're becoming. When setbacks strike, resilience transforms them into comebacks, and the right relationships accelerate your journey. Living with purpose and passion ensures your ladder leans against the right wall, while momentum keeps you climbing when motivation fades. Finally, it all comes together in a strategic life plan, your blueprint for turning dreams into reality, flexible enough to adapt yet strong enough to guide. You are not a victim of chance, you are the architect of your destiny. With vision, courage, discipline, and resilience, you can design a life of meaning, freedom, and fulfillment.